Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Daniel and I am here to help you navigate the financial markets. But first, I want to say that everything that I mention here is not financial advice and it is just my opinion. Please do make your own research before you buy or sell something. In today's video, we'll see Bitcoin, Ethereum, the American indices with some interesting charts, and I have a bonus surprise at the end of the video for you, so please stay with me until the end and I'll reveal this bonus surprise. Alright, let's get to it. So Bitcoin, what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, we had a pump yesterday. So I was commenting yesterday that it was possible that after retesting this line, so which was the previous all-time high at 69k, we could come down here to this area, but we didn't. So the other option was to cross, obviously, to cross the line. So we crossed the line up, and now we are on our way to the new all-time high at 73k. So we are gonna try this line. We're gonna try this all-time high, and we'll see if we can pass it or not. So what are the possibilities now? So we can have this: either we go here, we get rejected, and we stay around this area until we either broke up or broke down. We break up or break down, or the other possibility is that we go directly and we break up. So we go here, we make a small retest, just a small retest, and then we continue our way up. Or definitely the third option could be to go down again. So if we get rejected, but that looks less likely, I would say, at the moment. It can always happen, but we will see in a minute. Considering how are the indices, how is the dollar behaving at the moment, this is the less likely, but it can always happen. So it can be that from here we get here, and then we get completely rejected, and then we go down, so to this area again. So these are the possibilities at the moment. What I would say is more likely is that we stay here in this range until we either break up or break down, or we go directly and we break up, which can be the most likely at the moment, considering how's the scenario, and we'll see that in a minute. However, before that, I wanted to show you something, because this is quite important to see. Well, you can see here the huge rally that we've had, well, since 2022, but then in 2023 around October, September was confirmed, and then we had a huge rally. So look at the monthly chart. So if we go to the monthly chart, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months up in a row. That's quite a lot. That is very similar to the previous bull run that took us to the end of the previous all-time high. But in this case, we are just beginning the bull run, because the halving hasn't even happened yet. So it means this bull run is quite powerful. I wanted to show you this, but at the same time, we must be careful, because having so many months up in a row is a little bit of a concern. So I'm not saying that we are gonna finish here the bull run. I'm not saying that we are gonna crash. I'm not saying that we are going down, but we need to be aware of what's going on. Of course, what is influencing this is the incoming of the ETFs, because the ETFs, they are bringing a lot of new money to the market. So we can see how much is, for instance, BlackRock with the IBIT buying. So they are buying a lot of Bitcoins, and that didn't happen in the past. In the previous cycles, we didn't have ETFs buying Bitcoin. So that's why this time we saw this all-time high, fresh all-time high, before the halving. So in this way, I wanted to show you this chart. So here we can see the spot ETF, spot Bitcoin ETF volumes. So here we see how in January we started, then we started with a modest volume, and then since February we started to pick up, right? So the gaps that you see are the weekend, really, because this is when the ETFs don't work, because they are institutions, they don't work on the weekend. So these are the gaps that you see here. So here you can see that here in March we had a peak, and it was really when we were going up, and we made our new, we were on our way to the fresh all-time high, and then we started to decrease until last week, right? So, but yesterday, Monday, we can see again an increase here on the ETF purchases. So that means that the ETFs are buying again. So that means that the ETFs haven't stopped buying; they continue buying. So that is what it is driving the price up at the moment. So we can see here on this area and in all this area the big volume that they are bringing to the market. So that's why with all this volume they are driving the prices up. So the question here is really, when are they going to stop buying? Not when are they going to sell, because I don't think they are going to sell soon. They are going to keep most of their Bitcoins for a long time. But the question is, when are they going to stop buying? So because I'm sure they have a number, they already have an estimate of how much can they sell, and according to how much can they sell is how much are they going to buy. So the question is, how much are they going to buy? When are they going to stop buying? And then we might see a bit of a slowdown in Bitcoin, because obviously they are driving the market at the moment. But anyway, so at the moment we can enjoy that. We can enjoy this influx of money, and we just ride with them. So basically that's it. Just be aware and let's see how it behaves here. It looks like we will break again this all-time high. We'll push out, we'll push up to the 80s, and then we'll see how do we behave, because as I said, we already have 7 months going up. Having 8-9 months would be really something completely new, but we will see. So we have to be alert on that regard. So now we'll go with Ethereum. Ethereum is obviously following Bitcoin, but it has at the moment they have a new impulse because their ETF is coming up. So there are news that it might be approved in May. So that's why we can also see an impulse lately in Ethereum. So we had this previous line here marking this resistance that we had, and we've broken through that resistance now. So it means we are bullish. We are the same. We are bullish on Ethereum. We can go down to the weekly chart, and then we'll see how we are breaking this resistance now this week. And obviously now the next resistance will be first this previous high that we had a couple of weeks ago, and now it's very likely that with the narrative of the Ethereum ETF, we will push towards the all-time high. So it is likely that we can push towards this all-time high. So in this case, the path to follow will be something like this and like this, if everything goes according to plan. If something happens on the way, like a bit with Bitcoin, then we can see here a rejection, stay here for a while, and then finally decide either to break up or break down. Or worst case scenario, then we go here, we get rejected, and then we go down. So that would be the worst case scenario, and then we will be bearish again for a few weeks. So because you can see here that this is a new week. So we are here printing this new week candle. So we haven't closed this candle. We'll see. It looks that we can push up, and have a green candle, retake this area, use it as a support now, but it can also come down and then we will be bearish again. So the same with Bitcoin. So we have Bitcoin here. It looks that we will push up here to this area and stay bullish, but we can also come down here. This will be a negative, yes, a negative candle, so a bearish candle, and then we will stay bearish, and then we'll retest this area that we already tested here. Okay, now let's see quickly the American indices. Oh, quickly, I wanted to show you about the total crypto market cap. So all the money that is going into crypto. So this is again weekly chart. This is all the money considering Bitcoin, considering Ethereum, considering all the alts, and we can see here that we are again bullish. So we are going to test this high. We are going to try to test this previous high, and then from here we'll see if there is enough money to push up and try the all-time high. So what is finally what we are testing now. Another important metric to always check is the Bitcoin dominance, because this means that more money is going into Bitcoin than into the alts. You can also consider Ethereum in this chart. So, for instance, here we can see something very interesting. We are, because of the, as I said before, because of the ETFs, we can see a lot of money going into Bitcoin. So that's why we're going upwards here. And we are also about to cross the EMA, the 55 EMA and the 200 EMA on the weekly chart. We are going to, it looks that we can cross, we might get rejected here, or we might cross it. So we have here a big resistance area. It looks like we're pushing towards this area, but this will slow down a little bit the alts. That's the negative part, because this can slow down a little bit the alts. All right, so now let's go to quickly to the American indices, and because I wanted to show you something very important. So here we go with the dollar index, the DXY. The DXY, what's going on with the DXY? Okay, so the DXY, we have here a very important resistance area, and we are bullish on the macro scale, because you can see here that the 55 EMA is above the 200 EMA, and with the increase of the interest rates, we've been bullish, and so we continue bullish. However, now comes the narrative that the Federal Reserve of the United States might start cutting interest rates this year, and there's a big pressure on the Fed that to cut interest rates. That's why we might see that the DXY starts to come down. So that's why we have here that this week the DXY is coming down. We can see that it is pushing down. At the end, it looks like it didn't make it to this resistance area, and it stayed around here, around this area of resistance. And it might be the case that from here we test again the 55 MA and we stay a little bit here, and then we can see if we push up or down again. So it looks like we're gonna go somewhere here, make a bit of a retest, and then we might come down here. So because here we see again an important area of support. So here we can see that there is several support here, support here, support here, support here. So we might come to test this. But this is going to be very bullish for the market. This is going to be very beneficial for the market, because if the DXY, the dollar, is going down, well, all the markets are going to go up, right? And it looks like the 200 EMA can continue up here. Can continue up here. and then this is what we are going to retest, right? So it looks, at the moment, it looks like that. So that's why it's also important to keep an eye on the DXY, because it can also be the case that we break up here, and then, well, then we are completely bearish for the market. This would be catastrophic for the markets if we do something like this, and we just continue our way up. This would be completely catastrophic and bearish for the markets. All right, let's go quickly to the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, again, we are pushing again towards all-time high. So we had the all-time high from last week. We are pushing in towards all-time high because the market is very positive about the interest rate cut. So that's why we see that we continue up. The same with the S&P 500. Again, we are printing new all-time highs, and it looks like we are not coming down at the moment. The Dow Jones, the same. The Dow Jones, we have more reversal here. You can see a bigger wick here on the weekly candle for the Dow Jones. But at the end, this week, again, we are pushing high. So everything looks very bullish at the moment everywhere. So this is something extra that I wanted to show you, an interesting chart. So this chart considers the treasury bonds for 3 months, for 2 years, and for 10 years. So if you see this chart, then you can see that here, when we are up here, right, when we are positive, when we are above 0%, yeah, is when we have a restrictive monetary policy. So it means that the US government is reducing the money supply. So we had here the cross of the EMAs. So there was here we had a peak in May 2023, and that's why where we were kind of in a recession. So it was, at the end, it was not a recession, was just a correction for the markets. So this is a restrictive monetary policy. And when we cross down below the 0%, so we can mark here the 0%. So when we cross below the 0%, then we are in a non-restrictive monetary policy, in a loose monetary policy, meaning that the Federal Reserve is injecting money to the market. So it means that everything goes up. So this is inverse to the market. So if this is going up, the markets are going down. If this is going down, the markets are going up. So, and at the moment, it looks like, look, we made our peak. We retested this peak. We didn't make it to the peak. So, and now we start to go down. So it means that the Federal Reserve is injecting again money into the economy, and that is something that for sure the investors are checking, and that's why everything looks very bullish at the moment. So, all right, now, as I said at the beginning, I have a small surprise for you, and this small surprise for you is a stock. So if you are into stocks, I don't know if you trade stocks, but this is something that I found, and I think it is a great opportunity. So the stock that I want to show today is Tesla. So why I want to show Tesla? Well, Tesla is having a very nice setup. So if you are a long-term investor, you can see why Tesla is very interesting at the moment. So as I said, this is not financial advice. Please do make your own research, and it is finally your responsibility if you decide to buy or to sell whatever financial instrument you want. So this is just my opinion, and I'm not trying to influence or recommend. I'm not paid by anybody to recommend anything. This is just my point of view. All right, having said that, we have here Tesla. Tesla, we have here, very interesting, we have this weekly area of support here. And then first at the beginning, Tesla crashed here into this other area of support, but then went up and retook this area above this line, retested this line, went up again, we came down again to the same area, and it looks that we are forming support here. So from here, this is going to be a great opportunity, because if we definitely make support in this area, like where we are now, and we make it to the top where Tesla has been before, around $415, $420, it is a 140% return. So basically, you can make a 2x on Tesla stock. So this is why I think this is a great opportunity. It is necessary to keep an eye on it. So it looks like, with all what I said before, that we are very bullish on the markets. It looks like we can just continue up from here. So of course we have here the EMAs. Then we might have a bit of a retest here, and then it's gonna be not always straight up, but it looks like we're gonna have something like this, and then we can push finally towards that might be the ideal case. I'm not saying that it is going to happen. I'm not saying that it is going to happen in 1 year, so forget about the timing. So I don't know if that is going to happen in we're going to get to the top in 2025 or 2026. I don't know. That this is just a suggestion. It looks like this might happen. It looks like the EMAs are not going to cross, because if we do that, the EMAs, they will do something like this. They might start going up like this, and then they will never cross. So if the EMAs don't cross, we can stay here like this, and then would be the best case scenario, and this would be very lucky if you are invested into Tesla. Okay, well, that's all for today's video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. See you in the next one.